Hey guys, Jason here, checking in on gold. Before I get started, I want to point out that I'm going to add a horizontal line to all of these videos. This horizontal line is going to indicate where the price of gold was roughly in the last video coverage. So this is right about when I published the video, so anything that's happened following that time is all new information for us, and we're going to rule that into our assessment of what's happening in the gold markets. So, looking at the last 24 hours of action or so, we're seeing a lot of chop. There's a lot of wild swings in both directions. That has really derailed a lot of what we were looking at yesterday. So let's start off by looking at the 50-minute time frame. And we were looking at the potential of an equilibrium forming here. And we saw our low, but we saw this high at 1293.43 break out of that equilibrium. So that set us up into a nice pattern for potentially 50-minute higher highs and 50-minute higher lows. We didn't get that EQ setup that we wanted to see continue. Well, we got that high. We also got a big flush to the downside, breaking those key supports. So that was the first indication that things are about to get volatile. And then we see the complete inverse action, and a lot of this is going to be geopolitical with the Brexit news and information that was coming out today. We see a massive swing up to 1294, and then slamming right back down to a new low in the 24-hour range, 1286. So what does that mean for us? Well, it's a lot of volatility. It's a lot of things that are breaking the current trends. And overall, the big takeaway is on the hourly time frame. We saw a pattern where we were in higher lows and higher highs on the hourly. So we're ping-ponging 1, 2, 3, 4, getting nice and strong, setting these higher lows. And due to the volatility that happened today, we saw a low, we saw a lower high, and we saw a lower low. So we're seeing a big shift here in the hourly time frame from the higher low, higher high to lower high, lower low. And that's what we need to be concerned about going into the next 24 hours or a couple days. There's a couple things that I'm going to be paying attention to. On the 4-hour time frame, we have an inside bar, which means we have a tightening range, and that gives us some key levels to watch. So I'm going to be looking at these two ranges, 1290.94 and 1287.21 as my inside bar, and a break of those ranges often indicates short-term direction. So we're going to be looking for a break to the upside or downside of those two ranges. And on the hourly time frame, I'm also looking at the potential for a head and shoulders pattern to form here. So here's our shoulder, head, shoulder. It's really rough and ugly. Normally I wouldn't call it this, but I do like it in this case because our neckline is very close to a couple of key supports. Those supports being, let's draw that in right now. So here's our extreme range of our two shoulders. So these supports are definitely in the area of our inside bar. So there's our inside bar 4-hour, and then there's our level 1286.23. So if we confirm a break at this head and shoulders neckline pattern, we knock out these two supports, we're going to be in a very good position for bears to come down and continue to set lower lows and lower highs. And if we lose the hourly support, there's not a lot down here till 1280s and the 1279s. So things can move pretty substantially, pretty quickly. On the 4-hour time frame, no major supports. Again, 1280, 1279, 1276. Beyond that, not a lot of support here for the bears. So that's it for today. Let's check in tomorrow, and good luck with everything that you're doing. And thanks for listening.